Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Alle zusammen. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you to our Sunday Feast program. Herzlich willkommen zu unserem Sonntagsfest. First we have to solve the language issue. Wer versteht kein Englisch? Ja, wir haben ein neues System, Übersetzungssystem gekauft. Ja, das würden wir gerne heute beim Sonntagsfest ausprobieren auch. Und zwar funktioniert das folgendermaßen. Lukas hat ein Mikrofon, kann man sagen, und ihr kriegt einen Receiver mit einem Kopfhörer. Das heißt, ihr könnt sitzen bleiben, wo immer ihr seid, und einfach übers Ohr stülpen, und dann hört ihr die deutsche Übersetzung. Du redest ja in Englisch, oder?
Deutsch?
Redest du in Deutsch?
Ich keine Ahnung.
Deutsch? Englisch ist gut.
Also Englisch? Ja?
Englisch ist besser.
Okay. Okay, ich dachte Deutsch, aber okay. Kann man nur. Ich nehme es mal, ja, how many of you, oder besser gesagt, wie viele von euch verstehen nicht Deutsch? Who doesn't understand German? Okay, so it's more, okay.
Yeah, that's usually our experience, that we are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And most guests, they speak English, understand. And I also see some unknown new faces. Who is here for the first time? Please raise your hand. No, you're not. Welcome. Thank you for coming. So Sunday is always a good opportunity to get some basic understanding of what we are actually doing here. That's the speaker's son, so he might gonna come a few times during the lecture. Unless mommy is keeping him back. And now we just did the mantra singing, which is, I would say, the most important part of our practice. And now we're going to hear a little bit from, we have a special guest, I'm very happy, Ananda Caitanya Prabhu. Most of you must know Ananda Caitanya Prabhu. He's a member of our community for many, many years, and he has also been serving in leadership capacity in the past few years. He's a disciple of Sachinandana Swami, and he's famous for his kirtans. And I don't know when the last time you gave a class here, or if if you ever gave a Sunday feast class.
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
So,
So we are very fortunate. Thank you, Ananda Caitanya Prabhu, for taking the time. And actually, I forgot the topic that you have to say. What's the topic of today's lecture?
I have no idea.
No?
It's a
Then we have a
spontaneous,
problem.
spontaneous service in Lordship. Yeah, I'll say after.
Okay, so Lucas is slowly getting ready to sing Jai Radha Madhava.
Yeah, we'll sing Jai Radha Madhava because Lucas is he needs a little bit.
So we have
You can
some.
all come a little closer if it's possible. I don't bite, and Ajay, he just ate, so it's also okay. So please.
Maybe for those of you who are here for the first time, we have some song books, because the song we're going to sing is a little bit more complicated than the Maha Mantra. So Manu is just distributing. Please grab one if you want to sing along.
Yeah, this is the song that was introduced by Prabhupada in the early 68. It's called Jai Radha Madhava. Prabhupada, who is sitting here on your left side, my right side, he brought this Krishna consciousness to the West. And in this song, Jai Radha Madhava, everything is explained. The whole spiritual world, Prabhupada would say. Because there's everything there. God is there, His servants are there, His surrounding is there, everything. So it's a beautiful song. If you cannot sing it, if you're first time here, it could be like a little bit a complicated song, although it's a very melodious and simple one. But otherwise, just close your eyes and just try to imagine you're in a place where a beautiful river flows. There's blossoming lotuses. There is joy everywhere. And it is said that in spiritual world, they do not talk like we do. They don't talk like me, like boring talk. In the spiritual world, it is said that every word is a song. So whatever is composed there as a talk, it is a beautiful song. And every dance is sorry, now I said it already. Every step is a dance. So the devotee is there, or the personality is there, the Lord. He never has to, have a boring morning or anything. So he always dances and sings. That is our Lord. That's why you mostly will find Hare Krishnas somewhere on the street or at home or anywhere. They will mostly sing, because that is something that connects us to the Supreme Lord. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Janavallabha Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Premanande.
So, jetzt nochmals für diejenigen, die eine Übersetzung vom Englischen ins Deutsche brauchen. Wir haben hier diese Geräte. Du hast eins wählen, oder? So, das ist ganz einfach. Man kann einfach diesen Kopfhörer übers Ohr stülpen und dann ist alles schon eingestellt. Don't be shy, wenn es euch hilft, die Vorlesung zu verstehen. Wir haben noch mehr. No? Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, Hare Krishna. Welcome also from my side. Thank you so much that so many of you came. This is amazing. I've never seen so many devotees in one place in Zurich for like, I think, at least 5 years or so. Must have missed everything. Small note. Today, devotees asked me to say a few words about any kind of topic. So it's a surprise topic. Actually, Damodar Prasad Prabhu made a topic, but I forgot totally what was it. So it's really practical, because then we can just do something a little different. I wanted to speak today about, I remember the topic. The topic was Vrindavan. It was about Vrindavan. But it's not about the place, Vrindavan, because I spend every year in Vrindavan a lot of time, but that doesn't mean that I'm in Vrindavan. It means Vrindavan is spiritual consciousness. That is kind of a consciousness. This is when it's, for example, when you have a flower. we are at the moment, at the consciousness when it's a small bud. It's a small, bud, I think everybody knows what's a bud, right? Of the flower. It means there's no flower yet, but it's a flower there. It means the opportunity to become a flower is there. But the Vrindavan consciousness is a consciousness when the flower is totally or fully blossomed. When the flower is smelling, it has beautiful colors. Here we can see some flowers. It's very beautifully decorated. So the Vrindavan consciousness is a consciousness that looks like this beautiful decoration. So our consciousness, when we want to come back to the topic, is the topic of fully blossoming of our consciousness for the God. Means we decorate the God with our consciousness. So the question is now, how can we awaken this consciousness? Because everybody of you most probably woke up today morning, I guess. Yes? Most of... No. He was awake all night. But most of us, we woke up in the morning. This is awakening. Yeah? It's called awakening. We woke up means we were in another reality, in another life. Yeah? And we came through awakening in the morning. We came to this heart realm of the truth of heart life. For some of us, maybe for some of the other ones, it's maybe a little bit more joyful. But in any case, we have switched. We have done, like when you turn on the lights, we have switched the lights on. Just like we went in the morning to take shower or do our daily life activities. Some of us, we drove here to the temple. Others maybe danced here to the temple, and yet others did some other beautiful things in this day today. And it's this awakening that of the consciousness is like, for example, for me today morning, at night I had a horrible dream. I was in a zoo in Zurich up here. I have never been in this zoo, but I was today in my dreams. I was in this zoo, and I was actually thinking there was this very beautiful lion there. I don't know, do we have lions here in the zoo? Okay, so then I was not so wrong. Huh? Maybe he was there. So there was this beautiful lion there, and somehow I was watching this lion, and everything was so beautiful and nice, and he looked so great, until at the moment somehow started shaking and all the fences fell down. At that moment I realized, oh, that beautiful lion is not so beautiful anymore. And he got up, and I started running, and I had this kind of a fear. I'm running before the lion. I was thinking that is the life. I was thinking I am in fear of my life. But then, luckily, I woke up. Somehow or other, my son woke me up. He said, like, it's time. And it is very interesting how our mind, how our consciousness that we have, how it can very easily create an illusion. Yeah? It's a simple illusion. We now think, yeah, but that's funny illusion. But do you actually think that maybe your life that you are now in is maybe an illusion, and you might wake up and you will be totally in a different place, in a place where there is no suffering, where there's no paying for the ticket when you want to drive with tram, when there is no anxiety, no tigers who run around, and around not, but who run after one. This is the consciousness that we are living in. And it is the Vedas, from traditional, if I come a little bit to the traditional part, the Vedas describe there's 5 different main stages of consciousness. We have stage, for example, flowers. Yeah, flowers have a consciousness. We think flowers don't have a consciousness, but I can tell you, I had a neighbor who was talking to the flowers. And that flowers in that neighborhood, they were the most beautiful flowers of all. And one time this neighbor went to somewhere, I think Africa or somewhere, for like 2 months. And by the time she came back, she had somebody who was watering the flowers, but by the time she came back, the flowers were all dead. They were all lying on the floor because they were sad. That is the flowers when, if you talk with them. So there is this consciousness that we have. We have a consciousness. Another consciousness that is talked about is a shrunken consciousness. It's a consciousness that is there. Yeah, like animals have this consciousness. Animals have also families, like many of us have family. But their family is a bit different. The principle is the same, but it's shrunken. It's, you know, shrunken. Shrunken is actually a funny word. I don't know. I guess everybody understands this word. It's like, you know, if I take my pullover here, I have this nice pullover that I have it for a really long time. But if I now wash it, yeah, with 90 degrees, that pullover will only fit to a small boy. It won't fit me anymore. So this is kind of a consciousness that animals have. They have a consciousness, but it's shrunk, so that basically they know the 4 basic principles, which sometimes, if we look in the world, is these 4 principles which also humanity is kind of taking on. It's the principles of meeting, eating, defending, yeah, sleeping. All these things, what also humans do, animals do the same. Just that animal just sleeps under the bridge, yeah. But some people also sleep under the bridges. So what is the difference? It's we think that they are bad people, not bad people, but they are poor people. But it's a reality that some people need to sleep under the bridges. It's a reality that some of us maybe sleep in a little bit better place. But after all, when you cook it down to the principle, it's the principle of, yeah, we're sleeping. Sleeping is a sleeping, yeah. And now the Vedas describe the 3rd consciousness is the first consciousness which actually humanity should be inside. It's a consciousness where we have a bud. We have a flower that is not yet flower. We have something that looks already a little bit like it's going to be a beautiful, something beautiful, but it's not yet shown. So if you don't have an experience of something, yeah, of a flower, you will have no idea what it is. For example, my son, yesterday, we went for a walk, and there is everywhere, because of spring is somehow coming already earlier, or I don't know, or maybe I'm just like confused that it's like already February. He was constantly telling me, what is this? He was showing on the small little leaves that grow on this like bushes, yeah, around. They already start, buds start coming out already. And there is this flower that we have every year. Already also the small buds come out. So he has no idea about how the flower looks like. So he's asking, what is this? So this is the kind of the consciousness that yeah, most of the people are, I guess, in. Most of people outside, if you go on a Bahnhofstrasse and ask somebody, please tell me something about God. Or please tell me who I am. What am I supposed to? What is my purpose in this life? Is my purpose just to go and work every day, eat every day, sleep? We heard that this is actually what the animals do. They don't go to work. That's one thing. What humans do better, yeah. But still, the idea, if you ask anybody on the street, they will tell you, like, leave me alone, you know. I'm happy in my life. But are they really happy? Happiness is something which is very, very abstract. Yeah, you can somebody might be happy, and the other one might think, oh, this poor guy, This poor person, he's suffering so heavily, yeah? The drunkard, yeah? He drinks, he's super happy. But is he really happy? Latest the next day when he wakes up, he won't be happy anymore, yeah? So it's a very temporary, it's Prabhupada once said, I think it was Prabhupada, he said that the happiness in this world is basically just the absence or reducing the suffering. That is our happiness. So if we stay in this but consciousness, then we cannot make very much advancement towards the supreme goal. And we are sitting here today to discuss something which is called spiritual realm, not this movies or kinos, theaters and stuff. So the next consciousness is when we wake up, like I woke up today and the tiger was gone. So the next consciousness is a small blossom of a flower. We can already see the flower, but we can't smell it yet. So we cannot experience the flower as the flower, but we can see that there is something beautiful coming out of the thing. So this consciousness, we should try to endeavor to get to this consciousness, because by going through this consciousness, we can ultimately come to this Vrindavan in the heart consciousness, doing things with the heart, doing things for others. Have you ever, this consciousness here, what I'm talking about, is a consciousness of helping others, trying to do some service for God. Not only God. Sometimes priests, or in India, one is mistaken by doing only things for the we call them the deities on the altar. But as soon as somebody else comes to me and tells me like, hey, can you please help me do something? We say, no, you know, I have to observe the deities, because this is my service now. So in this stage, the fourth stage, it is a must to do a practical service, engage in a practical relationship, yeah? Because service, what does it mean, service? It's nothing else than a relationship. It's a relationship. We do something for, if I, for example, take the Manu, and he asks me for something, and I help him. It's not that only Manu will be happy with that, it's also me who I'm going to be happy. Have you ever thought, or have you ever done in your life something that you felt really good after? Yeah? I know this is stupid to say, like I've done something really good in my life, but just realistically said, you know, we normally go through life and it's kind of like a wave, yeah? Every day repeats, up repeats, down repeats, up repeats, then it's nice again not so nice, then the next day is again something beautiful, then again this disappears, then we think like, oh, we have it. No, we don't. The next day again we are lost. And this is the waves of our life. And I once was in the Harinam in Russia, and I saw there they are called babushkas. It's like it's kind of old lady. I mean, she's so old that you would think she's at least 200 years old, but I don't think that they are so old. They just look like, because they suffer their whole life. Yeah, they had to work. They have to work. They have to take care of themselves. And this babushka was sitting there, and she was kind of it was an interesting actually dialogue, because she did not ask for anything. But I felt, because one of the devotees, we were on this Harinam, one of the devotees brought me this extremely nice, like big, huge burger. They call it bliss burger, because everybody of us got one, because we went on the Harinam. They told us, you can have one. Nice. So you get this. So I gave this thing. I thought, because she's suffering so much, I was thinking for myself, I should give my thing to somebody else. I should share what I got with other people. So I gave it to her. And the expression of her eyes when she got it, because she never got anything on the streets. She was selling some, I don't even know what she was selling, like a basket, something from the basket. I mean, like, I don't think somebody can use anything out of it. But the expression in her eyes when she got that, you know, packed, beautifully done, vegetarian prasadam burger, I will never forget in my life. And she was happy, yeah, that's most probably she was happy. I hope actually she was happy. But I was happy. So it means doing things for others, if we do it in the right way, means that we get happiness. Why is that? Because if all of the living beings in this world, humans, animals, plants, whoever, they are all part and parcels of the Supreme. And pleasing them pleases very much the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like we call him Shri Krishna. Yeah? It's like a tree. When you pour water on the tree, on the leaves, it just doesn't work. But if you pour it there where it grows, under the roots, then it will grow beautifully. And the Lord himself, Krishna himself says, the devotees are my life and soul. That means life and soul is basically the roots, yeah? It's not the leaf, some broken leaf up there on the right side, which you can just take it away and now the tree is again beautiful. But it's, the Lord says, this devotees, this people, everybody in this world, animals, whoever, it is my life and soul. So we should try to please them. And the second thing what we can do to stay in this consciousness is, for example, chanting mantras, like we just did, like half an hour, like 40 minutes ago. We were chanting a Maha Mantra, and we were chanting other mantras. These mantras are like vehicles that bring us from this realm where we are now, in this dream that we are now, to the awakened stage of blossoming stage where we should go. So these are two of many processes. There are so much more processes. I could go now in detail and explain you about, thousands of things. But there are a few things which are very important, like Shravanam, Kirtanam. This is the first processes that we experience, is that we listen when we do Maha Mantra. We do it in a certain way. We do it in a way that one is listening and the other one is chanting. Yeah? And it always changes. This is done because of a purpose. It's done of a purpose that, just like when you, for example, you have a friend and the friend comes to you and gives you a beautiful jacket, yeah, or shoes or whatever. Yeah? He gives you a beautiful present. Now your friend thinks this is a beautiful present for him, but you think, oh my God, these shoes are horrible. Yeah? And I might not need these shoes. So you tell a friend, sorry, I don't need these shoes, maybe you give it to somebody else, because it's kind of it's a shame that, you give it to me. It's more practical, find somebody who can use them, yeah? Which in a certain point is it's good, yeah? I mean, it's like, why should I have, maybe I have already 50 pairs of shoes and now I'm getting the 51st pair. What's the point of this one pair, yeah, when I will never wear it? But the friend, will he or she feel good about it? The person will think like, but I have thought so, through this thing, and I knew this is good for this person, but on the end of the day, this person doesn't want my things. This is called accepting and giving presents, for example. We have this in our philosophy, in the Nectar of Destruction, and other places also. It is said that we should give and accept presents or things. This is done because of the exchange. The same as accepting presents, the same is with the kirtan. Yeah, it is when one person sings, the other person is listening, or he's accepting the mantra. And when the other person is singing, then the first person is accepting the mantra, or how you say, driving on that mantra, or levitating, or we said it's a vehicle, yeah. So this is the blossoming stage, and the fully blossomed stage, the completely blossomed stage is, I explained already parts of it. It's you know, when we are happy, when we can experience, these are the beginnings of it, when we can experience, when we do for somebody something good, then this person becomes happy, and maybe not even shows it, but we internally become happy. We become happy, you know. We just, it's just the nature of this thing, because it's given by Krishna. This mood is given by the Lord Himself. He even came Himself as Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and we see Him on the left side of the altar. There's Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, his brother. And they came here not as the God personified, but they came here as the servants of the Lord. They have, although devotees or people on the streets, they would recognize them as the Lord, because they created huge miracles. They would even revive a dog from being dead already. And the dog would publicly display a form of a spiritual soul and would go back to spiritual world. Everybody saw, not everybody, but few saw it. And they made, but although they were said, you are the Lord Himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always said, no, I am here to serve. I am a servant. In the mood of Trinada Pisunichana, it is called in the Vedas. It is the mood of humble and meek stadium. He said, if one if one practices chanting or anything in this world, in this mood, one will be successful. So, I think we are like a little later. We were a little late. So I want to make you one small to experience this Vrindavan consciousness. We often search it on the wrong places. Yeah, this is kind of our mentality in this world, because especially in this age of Kali, we mostly search things where we can't find them. Let me tell you a small analogy, a small story from the Vedas. There was once a queen. This queen, she had a beautiful necklace. This was consisting of diamonds and, I don't know, today I don't think there's such necklaces exist, but it was a beautiful necklace that unfortunately she lost it. She was so sad that she lost her best necklace. This was the necklace which was the most dear to her. So she went and she searched for this necklace. She told her husband, the king, please give a reward out for this necklace. I want. So the first king was thinking, yeah, why should we give a reward? But anyway, let's do it, yeah? So they gave a reward out, and everybody was searching for this beautiful necklace, but nobody could find it. It was simply lost. So the king went to the queen and told him, like, we have so much money, I can just I get you a new necklace. What's the point of this old necklace, yeah? It was a beautiful necklace, but we can just replace it, yeah? And the queen said, no, I want that specific necklace. When we got married, you gave me that necklace. When we met, basically for the first time, because in Vedic tradition, this is often the time, you gave me that necklace, and it has a very much, how you say? You know, I know I have a word which I wanted to say, but anyway, it has sentimental value. It has a sentimental value. It's not just valuable. We can buy better and bigger, but it's not. It's a sentimental value and cannot be replaced. Now, on the other side, there was one man walking around, and he knew about that. Everybody's searching for this necklace, and suddenly he saw a pond, and in that pond, in the bottom, he saw there is something shining. It looks like the necklace. The man was so happy that he immediately jumped in this pond. But somehow or other, when he reached down to the bottom, everything became foggy and he couldn't get the necklace. He went out of the water, and he was thinking, this is very sad moment, but let me try again. Yeah? He waited until the water cleared. He saw it again. He jumped inside. He did this for 10 or 15 times. Nobody knows. Even the story doesn't know. But he did this for a few times, and somehow he couldn't get that necklace out. Until suddenly a sadhu or some holy person came by, and he told him, what are you doing? The man said, well, it's very simple. There's a necklace in the water, yeah, from the queen. And there's a huge reward on that thing. Maybe you can, somehow we could like together jump in and we could solve the problem. The sadhu said, no, I don't need any money. I live like I live. The Lord gives me everything what I need. But you know what? Maybe try looking up, because you know your necklace is not in the water. Your necklace is on the tree. So the man looked up and he saw it. Actually, the necklace was really on the tree. He was trying to get the necklace in the water because that looked obvious, right? It's on the bottom of a lake. It's something beautiful shining, so obviously that must be the necklace and that must be down there. But that was not it. This is what we usually do. We search for our happiness, for our satisfaction in things in this material world that will never give us pleasure, because it just doesn't work, because they are on the bottom of something that it's not there. So if you want to come to this highest stage, there's of course a very detailed description how to reach there, but basically there are few things what everybody can do. First things, well, few things I already mentioned. These are the things that we help others. If somebody is asking us for something, we never know who this person is, so we should always try to help this person. He might be the Lord himself, coming as a disguise. We have so many stories like this, and they are real stories. They are not some imaginations. They are stories from maybe 200-300 years. Even from few years back, there were devotees who I know of a beautiful story of a little girl who was in a car accident. Indradyumna Maharaj was telling this story. And while there was a car accident, she flew out of the car through the front windshield, and she was flying, and she landed something like 30-40 meters away from the car. But she didn't have a scratch on her. Not even a scratch was on the girl. Her parents were also in the car. They had to be brought to the hospital, but the girl, she was untouched. And when the ambulance came, they were saying, they asked the girl, like, you okay? And they immediately were like, no, we have to bring you to the hospital. She said, no need. And they were like, but why? How come nothing happened to you? The girl said, this is because you don't believe in the Lord. Nrsimhadev personally came. He took me and he put me down. This was a little girl. You know, children imagine a lot of things, and this is not a story that is like from 200 or 300 years ago. This is a story that happened, I think it's maybe about 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And she had this faith that the Lord will always protect me. And the Lord did protect her. he put her down. So you never know how the Lord is appearing. Yeah? He can appear through many mysterious ways. So we should always see that we can help others, we can do some service for others, even if it's a small thing as carrying a bag or doing something. The next thing is we can do practically for ourselves. We can do this every day at home. Many of you, I guess, do already yoga. You do meditation. So you can meditate on something. It is good to meditate on nothing, to get rid of the external things. But on the end, there's nothing. If you meditate on nothing, only nothing will stay. Yeah? It will not bring you anything. But meditate on something that brings you joy and happiness. I like to meditate. I like to sit down with a harmonium, even at home when I'm in the evenings when I finished my work. I am finished, with all my things. Then I just sit down, and I like to just chant for the Lord. Not for my pleasure, because I feel, because I think I sing horribly, but I just try to do the best what I can do. So I just sit down and I just chant for the Lord. Yeah, try to remember some of the stories, and this is for me meditation, which stays. It's something which gives me a joy. You might find something else. Yeah, a joy. I don't know. Everybody of you have something, but So my idea today was, if I come back to quickly say one more time the few points. It's about the consciousness. It's about our consciousness. We should come from the stage of dreaming to the stage of fully blossoming. This is done by how? Helping others, yeah. And do something. You help others and you do something for yourself, right? You do by chanting mantras or meditating or just coming down peacefully. Then like this you can come to another reality. These mantras are very powerful, by the way. We chant these mantras, but these mantras were not brought by us or made up by us. We have not done these mantras like the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, for example, or other mantras. They don't come from Prabhupada, who came here to the West in 1968, I believe, 67, 66 actually. So he did not made up these mantras just because he thought like it's cool to be a nice guru here in the West. I will get so many disciples and they will then follow me and I can get money and fame. No, he brought these mantras with him. These mantras came from his spiritual master, and they came from his spiritual master, and from his spiritual master they go all the way back to Brahma. Brahma is the first being in this world that appeared out of the navel from the Lord. So they go very, very far back, these mantras. And these mantras, they used to be known in Satya Yuga. This is kind of, if I start now talking the numbers, we will all get confused, especially me. It's millions of years back, when the Satya Yuga and Tretya Yuga, Dvapara Yugas, and so on were there. We are now in the Kali Yuga, which is the fourth Yuga. It's kind of the winter time. So in the springtime of the universe, people used to chant these mantras. And we have an opportunity. We have something which others don't have. And we should not keep it for us. We should give it to others. That's why we always go out on the streets and chant. We don't do it because we need money. The Lord is taking care of us. We don't need money. We don't need publicity or anything. But we go out to show that, whatever we chant, whatever we do, we want to share with others. So we help others, we share with others, we do something for ourselves. So these are the basic principles of life that we do, but we should always keep them in this Reihenfolge, in this order. Yeah. First we should help others, then we should instruct others, and then we should take care of ourselves. It's a bit of discussion if that is correct always, but in most of the cases that should be the thing. Because if we do something which we feel that is good for the other person, we will naturally do it perfect. Otherwise we will do something selfish or something which only comes for us. So yeah, this is something, small topic which I wanted to say. This is, if somebody has a comment, I think Damodar Prasad will correct me.
Question, yes. So your topic of Vrindavan consciousness, now reaching some higher state of consciousness, and we hear in our scriptures that the highest stage of consciousness, you're completely satisfied. You don't need anything.
Yeah.
And then you spoke about service as a means to attain that. And then we see in this world so many people, they serve so many different entities, family, society, the poor, the needy. But then they still need so many things in order to actually be happy. Yeah. They smoke or they drink and they have to go to the cinema. So, and you spoke about the example of watering the leaves instead of watering the root. Could you maybe explain it a little bit more, how there is a difference between serving God, watering the root, and serving just anyone and watering the leaf?
Yeah, thank you. Well, in the basic principle, serving everybody. That doesn't mean necessarily, the drunkard, you don't serve with the wine, right? That might be for him the best pleasuring thing. So sometimes we also need to see that service needs to be done according to moral understanding. Yeah, what we do. You can see sometimes people, they go on the street, they see a drunkard and they think, let me give him some money. This will help him in his life, but that's not helping him. So we should not be like naive and just do whatever what the person needs. I'm thinking about the service is a deep service, means connecting with that person, meaning what does he need, and then serving that person. So in the ground, basic things is we should serve everybody, even to the people outside on the street, even to the animals and the plants. We can talk with plants. Some do. We can take care of animals instead of eating them like many do nowadays. This is a sad situation that, just the other day I saw, like a news, like somebody is was trying to save an elephant or something. Yeah? And they saved the elephant. They saved the elephant. But afterwards they went to a restaurant and they were eating meat. They were eating, maybe not an elephant, but they were eating, I don't know what, a llama, or God knows what one eats today. Yeah? So it's a sad story nowadays that, people, instead of serving the animals, like cows, for example, the cow can give so much. We have a beautiful example of a cow in Switzerland, not far from here, in Lenzburg, that has no calves, no babies, no children, yeah, but is giving milk. It's a miracle, because this is not philosophically, but physiologically impossible. It's actually like it's like it happens once in a million, yeah. But then we have another example in Radhadesh. Also, a cow is giving milk, although has no calves. So, why does she give milk? Because devotees serve the cow. They're taking care of the cow. They're feeding the cow, and they give her this beautiful feeling of being protected. The cow in the Vedic tradition is a mother. So yeah, we could now continue. There's thousands of examples. In the ground principle, we should serve everybody. To become to get to this blossoming thing stage is maybe now a little bit, short time for, and to describe it, but the blossoming stage can happen only when we really leave this world of dreams and we step over to the dreams of the Lord, the Supreme Lord. Because as I said completely in the beginning, I said it, in the spiritual world there is no suffering. Spiritual world, every word is a song and every step is a dance. That is a spiritual world. The Lord doesn't need to work. Yeah, the Lord doesn't need to go to the work in the morning quickly at 7 o'clock or 7:30 because they gave him a little bit more time to do. He doesn't need to manage things, the material nature, because he does that like this. Yeah, but the idea of coming to this realm of the Vrindavan consciousness is we have to do things. As I said, we have to serve others. We have to meditate. We do chanting. We chant Mahamantra. We do chanting quite a lot during the day. At least, I guess you chant here like 2 hours in the morning. During the day you're chanting. And you're cleaning your heart by that, yeah? And it's not going to happen like today to tomorrow, yeah? Because in that dream that I had today morning, I was dreaming, and when the fences fell down, I already wanted to wake up, or maybe wanted to run away. I didn't want to be there. So it still took some time till I woke up. It needed an external guidance, yeah? It needed small guru, yeah? Needed my son to come and wake me up. And at that moment the tigers disappeared. So we need a guidance. We need a guidance in life. If we want to find this, this fully blossoming stage, we will need to find somebody who will guide us through. Yeah, otherwise it's very impossible. Yeah, but we can start somewhere. We can start by doing something good for others. So my message actually today was not. It was, of course, I want to make you all pure souls with that you all serve the Lord and serve all the people around. But the purpose of this lecture was actually the change of consciousness. That was actually the idea. The change was that we do something for others. That was actually my point that I'm making today. Because this topic can go. This is a very high topic. Yeah, how we can on the end, become happy and become fully blossom. This is, basically through the guidance. I hope that's okay. Yes, please.
I think we can have some online listeners.
There's like 500 online devotees who are listening here. We are only a small tip of an iceberg.
You said that we must help the other people before to help ourselves for special consciousness. Yeah. It means that finally I do it for myself because I do the other people to reach this consciousness. So it's the selfishness too.
Finally, yeah, of course. Finally, if you look at it from this perspective, because if you look at it, you can always see things from two perspectives. Yeah. You can see this thing has holes, yeah? You don't see the holes, I see them, but you don't from this side, yeah? So you can see always two things from the different things. We help others, and this is the difference which I wanted to say. Most probably it didn't come through. But this is the why I said it like this is when we do something for others, we don't do it so that we feel good. We feel naturally good. Yeah, this is a nature of a thing. When we do something beautiful for somebody, we will feel, wow, I've done something. Yeah. But on the end of the day, it is actually we do it so that because we respect the other person, because we know in our tradition we know that every person in this world, everybody of you, it's a part and parcel of Krishna. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that he's like a big piece of bread and now we took a little bit crumbs away and now they are lying around. No. It means that each and everybody of you has the qualities of the Lord. Yeah? by satisfying or serving everybody, we get these qualities of the Lord as well. So yeah, we're not doing it only for ourselves. We of course do it also for ourselves because we want to also feel the pleasure of helping. But on the higher stage, it is actually because you understand that that is actually also a small part of the God that I worship here. He's also in everybody of you. It's a Paramatma, yeah? I mean, this is the basics of a spiritual, of the Vedic science, is that there is a Paramatma, there's an Atma. It is said that there are two birds on the tree. One is the bird who is enjoying of the fruits, meaning good or bad fruits. Sometimes the fruits are tasty, sometimes the fruits are not so tasty. But there is also a Paramatma in everybody of us, actually in every atom, not only in us, even in this harmonium, in the wood, in every single thing there is a Paramatma. The Krishna or the Lord expands. This will be the next Sunday Feast lecture because it's a long topic. It's a huge topic. But on the end, you have to know, it is for our pleasure. I would like to answer shortly like this. It is for our pleasure and it is for the pleasure of the Lord. Because everybody of you here is the part and parcel of the Lord. Yeah. Hope that's good. I think that's it, right?
Yes. Thank you, Ananda Caitanya Prabhu.
Thank you so much, and yeah, I hope we will see you next Sunday. And yeah, please bring more friends that we have even more devotees here. This is wonderful. That when the last time when I was here 15 years ago, we were here sitting 5 of us, and yeah, it was. It's fun to have an exchange with everybody. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Thank you, Ananda Caitanya Prabhu, for the class, and I hope it will not take another 15 years to come back. Anyway, you announced